Welcome back to the deep dive. This week, the news cycle felt, I don't know, less like a wave and more like a tsunami.
It really did. And while the public spotlight was kind of fixated on one or two big names, the series structural changes were all happening in the background.
That's what we're here for. It's the classic case of the headlines hiding the homework.
Exactly. We're seeing these incredible leaps in what the models can actually do happening right alongside massive, geopolitically significant infrastructure deals being signed.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission today is to focus on three critical areas. First, this new peak in AI coding power.
Where models are becoming, genuine, continuous contributors.
Second, the huge acceleration of global infrastructure led by some massive new investment hubs. And third, the latest breakthroughs in hyper-realistic 3D computer vision.
So we'll hit OpenAI's agentic coding upgrade, the colossal deals from Saudi Arabia with xAI and Nvidia, and Meta's very impressive 3D vision systems. After that, we'll get into Nvidia's earnings and all the other trending tools you can use right now.
Let's jump straight into that coding race, because the definition of an AI programmer just got a serious upgrade. OpenAI rolled out GPT 5.1 Codex-Max.
And the timing, right after their competitors made a lot of noise. This isn't just a smarter chatbot. It's an upgrade to their agentic coding model.
And it uses this new technique called compaction. What is that?
That's the crux of it. An agentic model means that AI is persistent, it's autonomous, it doesn't just answer one query and stop.
It runs the whole session.
Right, it manages debugging, writes tests, the whole thing. But the problem has always been the context window getting completely bogged down in these long sessions.
Which brings us to compaction. How does it solve that? What does it mean for the user?
So think of compaction as an ultra-efficient stenographer who knows exactly what details to keep and what to just throw away.
So it's pruning the session history.
It's continuously analyzing and pruning, yes, but it preserves all the essential context. Key design decisions, dependencies, all of that is kept.
Which means it can work across these huge context windows. What's the new ceiling?
Development sessions exceeding 24 hours straight. No interruptions, no loss of focus.
24 hours is a marathon. That's not a sprint. That fundamentally changes how you'd collaborate with an AI.
It absolutely does.
But the big question is performance. All this technical complexity, did it slow the model down, or are we seeing real gains?
We're seeing a stunning leap in efficiency. Codex-Max doesn't just beat its predecessor, Codex-High, it decisively surpasses the new Gemini 3 Pro in coding benchmarks.
Okay, but what about the efficiency gain? I saw a number that was pretty compelling.
It uses 30% fewer tokens to execute the same amount of high-level reasoning.
Wait, 30% fewer tokens? Is that sacrificing accuracy? Because for any enterprise user, tokens are money.
No, it's a breakthrough in efficiency. The reasoning structure is just better. It gets to the answer faster with less wasted computation.
So that translates directly to lower costs and faster processing.
It's significantly faster on real-world complex tasks. This confirms that up-only trend of task time, and it just raises the bar for coding, moving the AI from a sort of junior assistant to a continuous collaborator.
Faster, cheaper, smarter, and with unlimited stamina. That's a huge pivot point for developers.
And it's live now in OpenAI's Codex, CLI, and IDE extensions for Plus, Pro, and Enterprise users. The API is coming soon, so developers can start using this persistent AI immediately.
The sheer computational hunger of a model that can run for 24 hours brings us right to our next major thread, infrastructure.
Precisely. The need for chips and data centers is driving these massive, geopolitically significant investments.
And a lot of that was detailed at the U.S.-Saudi Investment Forum this week with this organization called Humane.
Right. Humane is a state-backed entity, and their whole focus is leveraging Saudi Arabia's national resources for AI dominance. The lineup of partnerships they announced was just staggering.
The partner list is a who's who: xAI, Nvidia, AWS, AMD, Cisco, Adobe, Qualcomm. This is not just a local investment.
Not at all. This is a global strategic move. The scope is unprecedented. They're planning to deploy 600,000 GPUs.
600,000?
And construct a colossal 500-plus megawatt data center. To put that in perspective, 500 megawatts is enough to power a small city, all of it dedicated to computing.
And the partnership with xAI seems really strategic for both sides.
It is. xAI is building its first international data center in Saudi Arabia, which is huge for their global expansion. And they're going to deploy Grok nationwide through Humane's agent platform.
So Saudi Arabia becomes a foundational testbed for Grok in the enterprise?
Exactly. And what's really fascinating here is that Humane is now expanding its reach to the West for the first time.
This isn't just about building at home.
No, it's about becoming a critical, redundant global partner. They're establishing Nvidia-powered data centers in the U.S. We also saw AWS commit 150,000 chips specifically to Saudi Arabia's AI Zone data center.
And beyond just the hardware, there's this massive foundational investment happening in future model capabilities, particularly multimodal training. The numbers are almost hard to believe.
Just look at Luma AI, the video platform. They got a $900 million raise, led by Humane,
To do what?
to build a 2-gigawatt supercluster launching in 2026. 2 gigawatts. That is enough power to train the most advanced multimodal models for years to come.
This all hinges on one critical political detail, though: chip exports. There had been significant restrictions on selling advanced AI chips to the Gulf. What's changed?
It seems the regulatory landscape is shifting, and fast. The U.S. government has reportedly approved AI chip sales to both Humane and the UAE's G42.
So the export gates are opening.
They are, and the strategic implication here is profound. You combine accessible land, immense power resources, and now newly approved access to cutting-edge chips. Saudi Arabia is leveraging its existing assets to very quickly build world-leading AI infrastructure.
Establishing a new non-Silicon Valley hub of global AI power. That's a seismic shift.
It really sets a new benchmark for national intent in the AI race.
Okay, so from digital code and massive data centers, let's move to visual reality. We have to talk about Meta's latest release.
Meta released SAM 3 and SAM 3D. SAM stands for Segment Anything Model. And these are designed to not just identify objects, but to segment them with high precision and then rebuild them into hyper-realistic 3D models.
And they launched a playground for it too, right?
Yes, the new Segment Anything Playground, so you can experiment with it immediately.
So what is the technical leap in SAM 3's segmentation? Previous models could find a cat or a tree, but the accuracy was pretty limited.
The key is the shift to text-prompted segmentation. SAM 3 segments objects using detailed natural language descriptions. So you can now tell it, segment the specific yellow school bus, or, outline the reflection of the car in that puddle.
So you're moving beyond fixed labels to something with much more granular control.
Exactly. And the 3D capability, SAM 3D, that seems transformative for creative work. Reconstructing a complex scene from just a single photo is incredibly difficult.
It's a huge computational leap.
It is. It requires extremely sophisticated algorithms to infer depth, geometry, and texture from a 2D image. And SAM 3D objects and 3D body are designed specifically for that. For complex scenes and human figures, think clothing folds and complicated lighting.
How did it perform in tests?
It achieved a stunning 5-to-1 win rate in human preference tests against rivals.
5-to-1, that is a huge margin. What does that preference actually mean for a user?
It means the generated 3D models are just significantly more realistic, fewer visual artifacts, fewer weird geometries. People overwhelmingly preferred the realism and accuracy from Meta's reconstructions.
Which makes them immediately viable for commercial and professional applications. And Meta is making it accessible right away.
Absolutely. They're already deploying this into Facebook Marketplace's View and Rim feature. And critically, the SAM 3 weights and code are fully open-sourced.
Democratizing these capabilities for robotics, creative workflows, and individual user experience globally.
That's the goal.
That really gives us a sense of where all this new computational power is going. So now, let's slow our rhythm down just a little bit. Let's move into the rest of the major announcements and data points from the week.
And we really have to anchor this section in the foundation of the entire AI economy. That means Nvidia's financial performance. They reported immensely strong Q3 earnings, blowing past expectations.
What were the key numbers that tell us this isn't just hype?
Well, they announced a record $57 billion in revenue for the quarter. But the number that truly matters, the one the industry tracks, is the $51.2 billion that came directly from their data center division.
And that's a huge spike year over year.
A 66% annual spike. CEO Jensen Huang confirmed that demand for their Blackwell chips is, quote, off the charts, and they're projecting $65 billion next quarter. This eases a lot of those lingering bubble concerns.
It also looks like both Google and OpenAI are focused on seeding the next generation of users, targeting the academic community.
They are. It's a strategic investment in the future developer pipeline. Google is offering students a full year of Gemini 3 Pro at no cost. Unlimited chats, image uploads, quiz generation, all of it.
And OpenAI.
OpenAI launched ChatGPT for teachers. It's a dedicated, secure workspace for educators, complete with admin controls, and is free for verified educators through June 2027.
On a more immediate level, Google Maps is rolling out some practical upgrades.
The main feature is called Know Before You Go. The app will proactively use AI to research your destination and share useful information before you even ask. They also redesigned the Explore tab and added much better real-time EV charging station data.
And we saw a quiet but important incremental update from OpenAI for its paying users.
Yes, they started rolling out a more capable GPT 5.1 Pro to ChatGPT Pro users. The focus there is on sharp, measurable gains in writing, data science, and complex business tasks. A nice little bump for their core professional user base.
Shifting over to biotech, there's a really exciting new development in drug discovery.
Nabla Bio unveiled a model called JM2. It fundamentally accelerates therapeutic antibody design. The model designs these antibodies directly on computers with inherent drug quality properties, and it's achieving state-of-the-art success rates.
Which drastically reduces the time and expense of early-stage R&D.
Exactly. And in the creative space, specifically music, it seems the industry has decisively chosen collaboration over litigation when it comes to AI.
The signs are pretty clear there.
You have the AI music startup Suno announcing a massive $250 million funding round, valuing them at $2.45 billion.
Yeah.
And even more telling, Warner Music Group is dropping its lawsuit against the AI music platform Udio.
And they're joining UMG in licensing their catalogs.
Yes, it confirms the industry has pivoted toward licensing and integration. The fight is over.
Finally, a major acquisition that signals AI optimization is becoming a standard part of creative workflows.
Adobe is acquiring the SEO platform SEMrush for $1.9 billion. The goal is to integrate SEMrush's optimization tech directly into Adobe's marketing and creative tools so users can make sure their content is discoverable across search and AI platforms.
That covers the major shifts. So to cap off this deep dive, let's transition to the tools that are seeing the most traction right now. These are things you can apply today.
This segment is for the practitioners. If you're testing the limits of current models, the top choice is still Gemini 3. It's Google's new top-ranked model, great for high-performance tasks and complex reasoning.
And this agentic revolution we talked about is clearly driving new platforms to manage these systems.
Absolutely. You have two key players. Antigravity is Google's new agentic development platform for building and deploying sophisticated AI agents. And then there's Agent 365, which is Microsoft's platform for enterprise-level orchestration of automated agents.
And for anyone who needs to collaborate and compare results across different models.
That would be Poe. It now has expanded group chats with up to 200 users and access to over 200 different model options simultaneously. It's an invaluable tool for comparing responses in a team setting.
What about tools for streamlining some of the more tedious parts of development and productivity?
Codewiki is a major time saver. It automatically documents your code using Gemini chat and diagrams. And for general writing, check out Scraib. It rewrites text in seconds right inside any app on your Mac.
And finally, two unique tools for personal knowledge and career prep.
Liminary is a powerful new tool for saving anything, articles, notes, links, and then recalling it with AI search. It creates a searchable, personalized knowledge base. And if you're preparing for interviews, Duos is an AI mock interview simulator that gives you gamified, realistic prep with instant feedback.
We covered an incredible amount of ground today. The common thread here isn't just acceleration, it's professionalization.
I think that's right.
We saw the 24-hour coding marathon with Codex-Max, showing agents are now persistent collaborators. We tracked the tectonic shifts in global infrastructure. And finally, Meta's leap into precise, open-source 3D vision.
And the knowledge you've gained today really gives you a shortcut to understanding where this industry is going. The speed of code, the scale of hardware, and the fidelity of vision. It all points to these capabilities becoming widely accessible sooner than anyone expects.
That's the true definition of the deep dive. Understanding what's happening behind the headlines. Make sure you follow the show and share this with anyone else who wants to stay this well-informed.
We appreciate you tuning in.
See you in the next episode.